Is Mel Brooks in The Aristocrats?
I don't know. The comedy movie. Yeah, no, I don't think so. He would be very old by that time, right? It might seem kind of strange.
He's 98 years old now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm sure he would do a funny one.
So we're recording this on November 3rd. Now, this is going to come out in a week or so. November 11th, we'll have a new president by then, and it's like a good chance now it's looking like Kamala's going to win. And it seemed cool at first because it's like, yeah, Trump sucks, but now it's like, as men, we blew it.
They should have some other word for it, like President S or something to signify
Officer S.
You know. Yeah.
Like in Falling Down?
Yeah, that is what I am referring to.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good run, 250 years or so.
Impressive being the first woman and Indian president. That is impressive. And also for us, I think when we lived in the city, she was the district attorney, right? Or was that a little bit after? Yeah.
She was our DA. This is very weird.
It's pretty crazy how she climbed the ranks.
In a very, sneaky way. She was appointed to Senate?
I can't remember.
No, she won an election because Barbara Boxer retired.
Maybe she was appointed first and then voted in. Whatever. Either way, if she fucked Willie Brown, that's cool. He's awesome.
And Montel, she was state attorney general. So she went DA to attorney general to senator to VP to now president-elect, maybe, or Trump won. But it doesn't look like it because he has no message. He has no cohesive vision.
But I mean, are you going by like you're reading like polls or something? Isn't it pretty early to tell?
Well, there's early voting. So the other thing is like they just know that like 55% of the vote so far is by women.
Right. So yeah, they don't actually know who they voted for, and these are just exit polls where they're not like counting votes. It's just guesstimations.
And they predict women are 55% voting for her.
Nice.
So it's like 55% of 55%. Women be voting, and they're voting out the men. I mean, we knew it was going to happen eventually.
I'm okay with that.
But this is the future. Like the future is Kamala, Lori Lightfoot, London Breed, Karen Bass. It's just that's the future of America. It's cool.
Mixed race is the future of America.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's gonna be so mixed that there's gonna be no racism. You can't be because there's no way to be racist. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen.
Well, the big thing is, you can still be racist towards illegal immigrants.
Yeah, that's true.
Jews, like our buddy Mel Brooks, director of High Anxiety.
Yeah.
1977. Now, this is a listener request. If you want to request your movie, you go on Apple Podcasts, you give us a 5-star review. You go like, these guys are so funny. This podcast is so great. 5 stars. Maybe it would be cool if you did an episode on this movie or that movie. And that's how it's done. Now, we had a problem last week where all our episodes were missing on Apple Podcasts, like half of our episodes, but they all seem to be back. So I don't know what that was. I think that was a bug. But Apple Podcasts is definitely a big platform. So that's good.
We're back in it, baby.
We're climbing up the charts. This weekend, I was able to gain 8,000 Twitter followers.
Nice.
X followers, all non-English speakers, porno spam people, AI bots, just the best of the best people. So that's good.
That's a lot.
If you want to connect with us, you got to hit us up on X. All right. You got to like, you got to retweet, you got to chat with us. We'll chat with you. We don't care. We're degenerates.
Got nothing
You
to
know,
do.
our buddy Cosmo's back out there. He's wreaking havoc. He's having fun. You can't keep us down. You see, we're very inclusive,
Yeah.
But this movie, High Anxiety, yeah, a listener requested it. It's a movie I never watched the entire thing beforehand. I had seen clips on TV. It was just like, oh yeah, it's the Mel Brooks, Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Can you give me a little synopsis of Vertigo? I don't know if I've ever seen him. Just a quick
So
little
basically,
thing.
well, the only thing about Vertigo you need to know about this movie is that in the opening scene, Jimmy Stewart is a cop. I believe
Okay.
he's a cop. He's chasing a crook on a rooftop in San Francisco. His partner falls off a building. Jimmy Stewart stares down at the ground, and then he gets a fear of heights that then affects him throughout the rest of the movie, including a scene at the end where they go up a tower, like in the end of High Anxiety and Batman,
Yes.
the Tim Burton Batman. So then he has to get over his fear of heights. There's another element in Vertigo about him obsessing over a woman who dies, and then another woman played by the same actress he sees, and he's like, is that her? Is that not her? Like, am I obsessed with her because I think she's someone else? Like, that's more of the plot. Now, High Anxiety, this movie's more like a series of sketches
Yeah, yeah. It's
that,
all of Mel Brooks movies, not just Vertigo that he's kind of joking about, right?
yeah,
No,
and
it's
this,
all of Albert Hitchcock's movies. Excuse me, not Mel Brooks.
but like the thing with the like Cloris Leachman's character in the psychiatric hospital, that's
Yeah.
all original. That's not based on an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I haven't seen every Hitchcock movie. I've seen a lot, but it's something like 50 or so movies. I haven't seen all of them, but yeah, like that plot they came up with for the movie. So it's more like it's kind of like what he did with Young Frankenstein and then Blazing Saddles. It's like Blazing Saddles makes fun of westerns, Young Frankenstein makes fun of horror movies, this makes fun of Alfred Hitchcock movies. Now, for me, the thing I for me the weakness of this movie is visually it's just not as good as a Hitchcock movie. Like Alfred Hitchcock is a famous director for a reason. His camera work, his scene work, his cutting, his whole style. When it's good, it's not always amazing, but when it's good, it's like it's so technically brilliant. Like the shower scene in Psycho took something like 5 days to shoot.
What's up with that spinning dial thing? You know that he's like going in front of it, and like there's like a spinning thing like behind him. That was in Vertigo too. Is that like cutting edge at the time or something, or what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like so in the movie Mel Brooks is afraid of heights. He has
Yeah,
high anxiety.
yeah,
He's scared of heights. And then he has these visions of him falling with like a cutout background
yeah.
of like
Silly.
a spiral. There's a lots of Alfred Hitchcock movies where characters fall off cliffs, fall off buildings, die. There's a famous one where a guy falls off the Statue of Liberty. So famous, I don't even know the name of it. But I guess it's not exactly a Hitchcock thing, but it's kind of like a Hitchcock thing. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like visually, this just looks so 70s. It looks like a TV movie, and it has this like the style of this movie is so ugly, but I also kind of like it because it really shows what California looked like in the 70s.
San
It's just
Francisco, especially, which is cool.
LA and San Francisco. It's just this ugly, tan, bright movie. And then like the lenses aren't he's not using the right lenses in this movie. Like it's just so like the color palette in Alfred Hitchcock movie is like very carefully done. Although Alfred Hitchcock in the 70s Those movies are not good looking towards the end of his career. So
Why did that happen? Why would that be? He just was losing it.
he's losing it, and his crew was like dying. That's a big thing with Hitchcock. Like people say, like when his editor died, his movies weren't as good anymore. I think like he's not part of the movie studios kind of fell apart in the 70s, and they didn't have that history of like a guy knew how to make sets, a guy knew how to do costumes, they knew how to color coordinate everything. They were shooting on Technicolor in the 50s. Like
Interesting.
it all kind of, a lot of those old men directors in the 70s just didn't know how to use the tools anymore.
Changing of the guard. You're changing over.
It's like technology changes and they just don't know what to do.
I understand that.
And they're older, they're more tired, they don't want to work as hard. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
They got nothing to prove anymore.
Yeah. They got their money. They don't really need to do anything. Yeah, I get it. For me, this movie, what really stuck out to me in this movie is seeing Mel Brooks in a starring role. You know, in Spaceballs or Blazing Saddles, he's not really the main character. And seeing him as the main character and star of this movie, he's so talented. You know, he's got the good physical comedy. He's fucking singing, dancing. I mean, he can really do it all. And I didn't really, I guess, know that about him before I saw this movie.
Yeah,
I just knew him as the director and the background characters. You know,
that was a big deal. That was a big change.
Yeah, I see that.
It's kind of like when Seth MacFarlane made that Western 8 Million Ways to Die in the West, and he was the star of the movie. It's like, oh, now Seth MacFarlane's the fucking leading man in a Hollywood film.
Yeah,
it's like,
Mel Brooks obviously way more talented than Seth MacFarlane or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do that too. Like, you know, me.
Yeah, why not?
Just put me in a movie like Tom Green. Come on, Hollywood. You gave Tom Green his own film,
and it was awesome.
Let's fucking make it happen. Like, come on. Now, there's a bunch of people in this movie. Cloris Leachman.
She's to me, she was the most believable. Like, I really thought she was that creepy old lady. Yeah,
Nurse Diesel.
She did such a good job. Yeah,
with like, the pointy breast.
Yeah, it felt like to me she was not acting. Like I see her as that character.
Harvey Korman, he kind of plays the same character in Blazing Saddles, just like
even the same like style.
Madeline Kahn shows up halfway through. She's she's playing a blonde. Now that's like a Hitchcock thing. He always has blonde actresses.
All right.
She's in a Clue, you know, Miss Scarlet.
Sure.
Or Miss White or whatever. I don't even know. Man. Those Clue characters.
Rudy DeLuca.
Is that Brophy?
That's the killer, the assassin.
Braces?
No idea.
You know, this movie,
I don't recognize him from anything.
The plot of this movie is very simple. He's a new doctor. He goes to a psychiatric hospital and they just don't cure patients. They just keep them there and they just charge them $12,000 a month, which in the 70s that's a shit ton of money.
It's like $1 million, basically.
I mean, over at least, by end of a year, that's like $1 million. Yeah, she's Mrs. White in Clue. Okay, I just had to look that up. Wow, Madeline Kahn is also in My Little Pony the movie. That's very cool. So Mel Brooks, you know, he's the new doctor. He's a psychiatrist, but he has one problem. He's scared of heights. Now, you have a phobia.
Yes. I'm not too good with heights, to be honest. But yeah, definitely have fear and phobia of needles. Definitely.
You're scared of needles. That's an interesting one.
Kept me safe over the years, thank God.
And it's been like that for decades. You've always been that way.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know what maybe because when I was younger, I had like stitches on my chin. It feels like that was a traumatic experience with the needles, but I don't know.
Interesting.
When they walk in, it's just right away I get a reaction. They gotta like lie me down. I have passed out. Anyways, what are we going at here? This enough about me. What are we going at here?
Do you see spirals and spinning
No, I
backgrounds?
saw white and fell over. And one time I fell over onto the nurse, and I'm not the lightest person. So I mean that was embarrassing. Just my dead weight just falling onto you is like, holy moly.
Can't they do something else? Do we have to just stick a tube into a person's vein and then just squirt?
Yeah. Can't they like scan my skin or something? They already got like the topical medications. Where's the fucking tricorder shit,
Can't they just rub a little medicine on a stick and stick it up your butthole?
I would take boofing over getting stuck with a needle.
Ooh. Can't you snort something?
Yeah, why not?
Here you go. Here's your vaccine, buddy. And they just they pull out a little mirror and a credit card and they just chop it up for you. And you just
You're making me like itchy now. That would be awesome. My arm is like itchy there. I don't know why.
You do one in each nostril and you're like, all right, man, cool. There's your little vaccine.
I always found it was better to just use one nostril because it might get clogged up, right? You don't want to clog them both up. So why not just run it through one and clog that one up as much as you can so you can breathe through the other one or have the other one for later, The
other line?
No, the other nostril.
Nostril.
I wouldn't do one in each nostril like you're saying. I'd put them all up one nostril just in case. You don't want to clog them both up. That sucks.
These are advanced tactics.
Yeah.
These are this is high level shit. Okay. I mean, imagine you telling that to the vaccine doctor. Okay, can I just do it in one nostril? I got a New Year's Eve party later. Come on.
Exactly. Or use some Afrin or something. I don't know.
Cut that shit.
Yeah.
It's like Boogie Nights. It's the pink shit. Yeah, I mean, do I have any phobias? I'm trying to think. A guy like me? No.
You're a failure?
No.
I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, how about
fear gay sex?
Yeah.
No.
You don't like getting dirty, like very dirty, like you wouldn't grab a piece of poop while plumbing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm more of I wouldn't say I have a phobia. I'd say I'm more of a pussy.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's fair. Just like, a wuss. So I'm like a bitch. It's nice. Like you're the tough one. I'm the bitch sidekick.
I'd be thinking about man, I can't get diabetes because I can't do insulin. I think about needles a lot. It's very frightening.
Okay. And then what?
Then I just continue on eating and living my life to the fullest. What's wrong with that?
Home run pies.
Oh, today we went to Froyo. That was delicious. Pistachio Froyo. It's delicious.
Any toppings?
Oh, lots of toppings. Mochi, cookies, Butterfinger crushed up, these little salted caramel deals. I mean, that's what it's all about, the toppings.
Last night I got Japanese food, tempura tendon bowl. That's like just a nice big bowl of tempura, and they call it tendon. So then afterwards we went to an art gallery and I was a little hungry. What did they have at the art gallery? Little bowls of ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Individual little bowls of ice cream with toppings.
Soft serve or like scooped ice cream?
Scooped ice cream in these individual little containers and like a little cart, like a little cart freezer that they open up and they would hand you. And they're like, yeah, it's free. Take it.
That's awesome.
So that's cool. Art galleries. That's where you get free booze, free ice cream. Check them out. Now, I like this movie, High Anxiety, because the opening scene has one of the best jokes in the movie. So he gets off the airplane, is going to his new job, and then this guy is like, "Excuse me, sir, come here." Shows him his badge. Come in the bathroom. I need to take a look at this. And then he's like, he just takes off his clothes, and he's like a fully nude man underneath his coat.
So
that's the Colonel from Boogie Nights.
Oh, nice. I have a question about the opening scene, the very opening scene, like the title scene where they have the plane. Then there's this shot of the landing gear on the plane folding up into the plane. This is before digital camera. So did they like just strap a camera to the bottom of a plane just to get that shot?
Yeah.
That must be very difficult. So they have to like automatically run it. There's not some dude sitting with that camera. They like set it up and just start filming and then do the landing gear. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how they remotely
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
activate
There's
it.
no
Also,
CCTV or anything back then.
you have to fly a plane, take
Yeah,
off, then land, and then you have to land. I mean, that's a whole hours long process of work.
yeah.
I mean, so that must have cost a lot of fucking money.
That's what I was thinking. Like
It's a
all
full
that
size.
just for that shot, it's like wow.
And so then he has to go. He gets in his little limo. He gets in a limo. It's a
A
funny
sick
gag.
ass stretched Mercedes limo. That thing is so cool.
The thing about the 70s and the 60s but basically the 70s and before, like rich people really were like on a whole other level. It's not, I feel like now if you're rich, you're kind of like, you drive like a Tesla and you got a TV and you drink. It's like the same shit.
Just nicer.
Yeah.
A little bit nicer.
You have more of it. But like that back then, it was like, you really had that, like you really had a different class of old money, old rich people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's happening now, and I think rich people are smarter about not flaunting their wealth. Makes you feel shitty sometimes. So I think they do that less.
I think also it's like the butler.
Yeah,
is not something we have anymore, but like having a butler is a big delineation between old rich people and new rich people. Like new rich people just they have assistants, but it's not like a butler.
Right.
It's like Arthur. That
no live-in butler.
So he goes to this facility. He gets the job. Everybody's wacky. There's some good jokes. I mean, what the limo driver is like, I got it. I ain't got it. Does that 3 times?
Yes, so many times.
Horace Leachman's like into S&M, she's banging Harvey Korman. There's like a thing of like, if you're tardy, you don't get a fruit cup. There's a bunch of crazy patients. What about this scene where Mel Brooks is like, how come no one's getting better? Let me see this patient. And then the patient comes in and then Harvey Korman pulls out fake vampire teeth and starts like attacking him.
That was pretty funny. I think it was also funny when he asked Harvey Korman, how many people get cured here? And he pulls out the calculator and he's like, oh, once in a blue moon. That did make me laugh a little bit. But that is one thing about this movie. I get that it's funny, like the jokes are funny, but it doesn't really make me like laugh out loud. It just, oh yes, that is funny. That's mainly what I was saying to myself.
One joke that was very funny, I thought, was like Harvey Korman comes into his office and he sits down and then his like ass hurts because he was having like S&M sex all night and like getting pegged, I guess. Like that like one little joke was funny. There's like 4 or 5 good jokes in this movie.
Yeah, that's about right.
The nude man at the beginning, Harvey Korman's butt, the psychology, the psychiatric convention. Now, it's not funny at first because it's like these 2 little kids come in and he keeps saying like pee pee and woo woo instead of like he can't talk dirty. He's like feeling self-conscious,
censoring himself.
But at the end, when they say like vaginas, woo woos are like the most important thing in like human history, and then all the men stand up and start clapping. I thought that joke was funny.
That is good. And what's the fourth one?
The fourth one. Oh Christ!
Fourth joke. The fourth funny joke.
One like towards the end that was pretty funny. Was it the pigeon shitting? Some people think that's like the most famous scene in the movie, like the bird scene, like the pigeons pooping.
Which is funny. That's not from Vertigo, obviously, right?
That's from The Birds.
Yeah. I get it.
That was just gross. Oh, you know what I thought was funny was at the end when they go into um the metal detectors and they start acting like an old Russian couple.
Yes. Like just be extra annoying. Yes, that was funny.
If you're loud, you won't get noticed.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling they were going to play an old Russian or Jewish couple, and they did, but it was like,
why did you think they're Russian? I thought they were Jewish. I didn't catch how they were Russian at all.
like Russian Jews or like Ukrainian Jews or something.
Oh my God. Don't even start.
So he has this gun going through the metal detector and they just let him go. This might have been something good for my father when he got arrested at the airport. You see, when I was a little kid, one night my mom woke me up and she's like, to me and my brother, like, your father was arrested at the airport for bringing a gun. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I was like 7 years old. So apparently he went through the metal detector with a holster with no gun. And then they were like, why do you have a holster?
It's the implication.
And then they went to I guess he had a gun in his car.
Well,
so he like,
is that illegal? Apparently. Did he get convicted?
With an illegal gun?
Oh,
I don't know. He would have gotten jail time.
I mean, you didn't have to register guns back then. I mean, who knows how that went?
Like the early 90s?
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
When did gun registration start?
I don't know the specific year, but
Clinton?
Yeah, probably around that time. No, like I remember my father, it was in my father's time for sure. I remember there was a law about like it used to be you could just hand your guns down, like your father could give them to your son, but there was some law where now you have to register before you do that. I remember my father always talking about that. But registering all your handguns and rifles, that was definitely like maybe mid 90s, something like that.
California began requiring handgun registration in 1983 with the passage of Prop 15.
Well, then I guess my dad's a criminal. I don't know. He has several unregistered guns. I mean, I don't, whatever. Sorry. Fuck. It's my understanding that people have unregistered guns. It's not,
maybe it was.
Yes, grandfathered in. That's what it is. Yes, it's the grandfathered in thing. Yes, that's what it is.
So, yeah, he's good. He's not. Your dad is on the up and up.
Oh, but they definitely closed that loop. But yeah, he is totally on the up and up. I don't know.
My dad was a little high that night. He had some high anxiety. He's afraid to fly.
That's understandable. Holster, that's a bad look, though. It's a simple mistake.
Empty holster.
Look, I didn't bring it with me to the airport. And also, how do they probably watch the cameras. How did they connect him with his car?
They probably took him. He probably got arrested immediately.
I don't have a fucking car here. Leave me alone. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Or maybe he walked back to his car. Who knows?
Maybe he was like, I got to go.
Yeah.
Like one time I was at Blockbuster and I tried to steal a VHS tape. And I put in my pants and put my shirt over it. And I walked through the metal detector and it went off. And then I just walked back into the store and threw it down and then was like, I got to go. And I almost got in trouble.
You're good. It's not stealing.
That's a big thing. Dumping and then running when you shoplift.
Sure. You got to get out of the store for it to be theft, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you can make it as difficult as possible where it's not worth their time.
Sure. I don't know why it's worth anybody's time.
You're just like, hey, I didn't steal anything.
Security guard doesn't get any extra money for saving a $10 DVD,
There is no security guard at Blockbuster either, so.
Yeah.
They're out of
Even
business.
worse, why would an employee want to stop you? Just let you have the tape. I don't care. What if someone pulls a gun on you or something, or a knife? A
Yeah, I mean,
professional thief. You know what I'm saying?
like an '80s movie where they're always robbing stores,
Yeah.
and the cops are just driving by and catch them. Armed liquor store robberies.
We know cops do not stop crime. They just mop up afterwards.
That's a big thing in '80s movies. I don't. I mean, obviously, it doesn't happen very often.
No, I mean, maybe like back then there were more cops like on a walking beat where they walk around or something, or, I don't think they really do that as much anymore. Like patrolling a block or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, they have all, and well, now they also have video cameras, so that kind of
Yeah.
stops things. Like in this movie, when they try to set up Mel Brooks, they have a double with a perfect mask shoot up the Hyatt Regency in San Francisco, a real hotel that's really cool. It's big, open hotel. Mel Brooks' character is photographed going down an elevator. These are real elevators too. And then they do a series of blow ups and they blow it up and blow it up and blow it up and they blow it up until it's the size of like a wall. And then a guy has a magnifying glass. And he was proven innocent, I guess. That was kind of funny. Prop humor.
Yeah. A
What
big ass
about,
photo on a wall. Yeah, hilarious.
and he has a magnifying glass.
And it's the annoying guy with the heavy suitcase joke.
Are you more of a Spaceballs fan? Or is it just because we grew up watching it?
That's the thing. It's been a long time. I was a lot younger, and that one I think I did find funnier. But other thing I have noticed as I got older, I understand the comedy of these Mel Brooks movies more. Not that it's highbrow humor or something, but I don't know. I guess when I was younger, I didn't think like puns and shit were funny. This is like lowbrow humor dressed up in some sort of like the regalia of a fancy movie. I don't really know how to explain it, but that's what it felt like to me. It's like a big Aristocrats joke.
It's just a series of sketches. It's like the bird scene, they poop on him.
Right.
There's a Psycho scene where the guy like goes, "Your newspaper, here's your newspaper," and, like stabs him with a newspaper.
He was funny.
That guy is Barry Levinson.
Yeah, he's funny.
He became a director. He made a movie called Tin Men about aluminum side salesmen. He made a movie called Rain Man.
Tin Man sounds good.
Yeah, it's Richard Dreyfuss. He's like from Baltimore.
Huh.
He made an '80s movie called Diner that I like. I really like Diner. It's not, people don't really like it now, but when it came out, it was kind of like the Clerks.
Tin Men, not Tin Man, right? Tin
Men.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Tin Men. Diner is about these young guys who are kind of like out of college, about to get married. They haven't been married yet. And them and all their girlfriends. Mickey Rourke's in it. Daniel Stern's in it. There's a really good scene with Daniel Stern where he has his new wife and he's just freaking out on her and yelling at her because she's disorganized his record collection. And he's like an idiot. He's like obsessed with like 60s singles.
All right. Like High Fidelity, basically?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of like High Fidelity. It's like a hangout movie. They go to the diner, they shoot the shit, they grow up, things happen.
People change.
People die.
Some people get married to other people.
I don't really remember what happened, but I liked it. Are you a big Rain Man fan?
Yeah, that's a good movie. I like the gambling scene. That's cool.
Yes. What does he play? Blackjack?
Yeah. There's a lot of queens. Card counting. I wish I could do that. I don't even know if you can do that anymore. Usually when you
Yeah.
go play, they play with like 5 or 6 decks in a machine that just randomly distributes them. So there's no real way to count.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Anyways, Rayman, yeah, Rayman's awesome.
your odds are still not that great. You just have better odds, I guess. You just fold more, maybe.
Probably
Or maybe you know what other
It's what you're doing is you're counting how many tens come out. And then when there's a lot of tens out, I can't remember which way it is, but when there's a lot of tens that have come out, then you have a better chance of winning. Or the dealer has a better chance of busting. I'm not sure which one, but you're basically counting all the face cards and tens.
you could do it pretty recently because there was that book about Harvard students, math or MIT students who were doing it.
Yeah.
So it was happening until pretty recently.
Sure. At some of like the high limit tables, or they have like single deck or double deck blackjack where you probably could count. You know, they had it at fucking Grayton last time I was there. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to count cards. I'm going to be rich.
Do you think it's a good rule that you can't count cards and be smart when you gamble?
It's such bullshit. It's total bullshit. I mean, how do they prove it? They're like, oh, you won. So obviously you were counting cards. There's no way. How do you prove that?
Yeah. You're Chinese, sir. You got to get out of here.
Get out of. What are you good at math? Get out of here.
You fucking Japanese. Come on.
We can't be using that. You can't be using all your math magic on these cards.
You're not drinking. You're not like crying and broke.
Oh, geez. That's rough to see.
It's a gambling is getting really crazy. Like I went to New York a couple years ago and I got off the plane and it was just immediate sports betting. Yeah. You could do sports betting in New York on your apps or on an app. And I've read some of the stats, like Americans have lost billions upon billions of dollars sports betting online. Sure. And also these guys, they talk about like their sports betting just while driving or like if they're in line, they just get bored. They do like a bet, and you can bet on things like cricket games.
Yeah. Anything.
And you're just like, yeah, $20 here, $20 there, 20.
You can bet on a coin toss at the beginning of a football game. You can bet on like what jerseys they're going to wear, anything. And what I understand is, how do they let you they let you gamble on the app because somehow they know you're in New York, right? And I can't use that app in California. But what if you got like one of those VPN hiders or something? Would that make it so you could?
I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, I got private bookies here, but I'm just saying if I wanted to get into sports gambling, how would I do that? But I'll figure it out.
But they say it's really addictive because you can never, like, you don't have to get up and go to Vegas to do it.
Sure.
Eventually in Vegas, you're like, crap out, you're broke, you go home. Yeah. This, you just keep going bigger and bigger into the hole. And then also there are like Twitch streamers who, do this shit.
Right. Handicappers.
So it's the
ones that set the point spreads and everything.
Plus they also just bet on stream and they like lose all their money and they like go broke and they're like,
nice.
I've seen clips of guys winning like thousands of dollars and then losing it immediately.
Hell yeah. I need to watch those. That sounds interesting.
Now, when he was singing in this movie, did you pick up that he was trying to act like Frank Sinatra?
His crowd work was awesome. I thought he was really, really good. Yeah, I assume he was some sort of lounge singer, Sinatra being the top of that. So no, I did not pick up on it, but I get it.
I tried to find some footage of Frank Sinatra doing crowd work. And all I found was this scene of Frank Sinatra.
He's pretty old there.
Being really old, and then some guy climbs up on stage.
And well, I don't want to ruin it.
Get off the stage. Get off the stage. Get off the stage. And stay the hell off the stage. I don't want to do your job, you idiot.
I thought he punched him, but that's even better.
Get off the stage.
And he was really singing. Mel Brooks was singing, right? That was his voice, right?
It's his voice, but it's like
he's lip singing. I get that.
Yeah, it's like juiced.
That would be really hard to just do live.
I also found this clip of Mia Farrow on Howard Stern talking about Frank Sinatra taking her virginity. Their what night?
Cool.
But he was so
guy.
old. He was so much older than you.
He was 50, but he was great looking.
Really?
Yeah.
You're into older guys.
I was then.
Yeah. You're into that whole thing. That's like you looking for your father. You
So
ever
they
think?
say.
Who
Yeah, there's
knows?
worse things to look for, right?
Right, exactly.
What does that mean?
Unbelievable. How'd you stay a virgin through Peyton Place? That's what I can't figure out.
Well, I met Frank at the beginning of Peyton Place.
Oh,
I
that's true.
just turned 19.
Right,
It was the Peyton Place was like school.
right.
I'd ride my horse in the morning. I'd go to Peyton.
Whatever. So that's Frank Sinatra de-virginizing Mia Farrow on her wedding night. Classy.
Good for him. Well, that's how it was back then.
Yeah, not for him.
The huge age difference too. Yeah, I mean the 30-year age difference is a bit
19.
much. Ugh, God.
Hey, Mike. I want you to meet my 19-year-old fiance.
Oh God. I see 19 and 20-year-olds and I think they're like high school kids or something. Then you find, oh, that person's 20. What the heck? They look like little kids. Some people are into that. I am not.
Are you into Mia Farrow?
That picture of her with the longer hair looked good, but the other two were her now and with the shaved head did not look good.
Rosemary's Baby, Yeah. She's a thin woman. That's not your style.
Yeah, she's all right. I mean, she's not ugly.
I was trying to see if there's nude photos of Madeline Kahn. This is the best I could find. I don't think it's
Wow.
real.
She's hot. Oh, that's the lady from this movie? Yeah, no. No. That's whoever that is, that AI image is hot, but
it's this picture of Madeline Kahn with gigantic breasts.
Giant nipples too.
Not real. It's unfortunate. I looked up everybody on this movie, like how they got in the show business. Do they have any scandals? And they're all just, they're all very talented people who just, were really striving to make it. Like Mel Brooks, he was doing stand up at 16. He was a Borscht Belt comedian. Now the Borscht Belt, what is this? This is a vacation place for Jews in Pennsylvania or something.
Oh, I was thinking you're actually talking about like Russian Jews somewhere.
And so
in Eastern Europe. Is he old enough to be involved in like vaudeville?
Not exactly. So, I mean, he did the Borscht Belt.
Yeah, he makes me think of like a vaudevillian actor.
Then he went to World War II.
Wow.
He was in France and Germany. He's in the Battle of the Bulge. He was a combat engineer.
Whatever.
But yeah, Battle of the Bulge, pretty heavy. Then he gets out of the army and he becomes a TV writer making $50 a week.
Jesus. Combat engineer. Those are the dudes that you send and then they go into your enemy's buildings. And once they're in there, they become your building, right? As a combat engineer does.
I think they do all sorts of things. Construction, demolition, reconnaissance, mine. Oh, he was finding mine. He would go into the minefield and find the mines, and then another guy would defuse the mines. That's one thing he did.
Fuck that.
But, that's cool. Killing Nazis.
The war hero.
Pretty crazy. Little guy. He's a young.
I mean, they all were back then, but that's cool that he did too.
Tragic thing about Mel Brooks: father dead when he was 2 years old. He's 2 years old.
Did he take guns to the airport or something?
Disease, crack? No, disease. No.
That sucks.
He just died of cancer or something. He was like 36.
Bullshit.
Pretty heavy. And he grew up.
36.
He never knew his papa. But now he's living to 98. He's still alive. Maybe he'll be dead by the time this podcast comes out. It's totally possible.
You could probably bet on that in New York.
Do they have a celebrity death pool?
They got to, for sure.
Who do you think is going to die? Mel Brooks is up there.
I think the owner of the Dallas Cowboys is going to die. Jerry Jones.
Of what? Embarrassment?
Actors, I would say probably like Clint Eastwood. He's got to be almost done.
He's 90 something. He has a new movie out, Juror Number 2. Trying to see that Tuesday. It's not playing in a lot of theaters. It's very inconvenient. I could wait for it to stream, but fuck it. You know?
Christopher Lee's dead. Who else plays some old ass dudes?
Who are the oldest
living actors?
Oldest living actors. You know who? Oh, I mean, Jimmy Carter. I mean, this guy. Come on.
He's killing
this guy is on death's door. We gotta take him out. We gotta end. I mean, look, here's the thing about Social Security. You get it when you're 62 or older, but you know, most people take it early, 62, and then you just get it forever until you die.
What's wrong with that?
These people are living too long, Mike. We need to bring back cigarettes.
You're worried that it's going to collapse on itself in 50 years, like they say every year.
We need to bring back cigarettes. That's what I'm saying. We need more Mel Brooks' dad.
I mean, if Kamala legalizes weed, there's going to be weed cigarettes for sure. And that shit has hella tar in it. They say weed doesn't have tar, but they say that because you smoke one joint instead of 20 cigarettes, you know?
People are vaping.
Oh man, I'm so worried what they're going to say about that in 5 years.
Federal legal weed. Now this is going to be a game changer. This is going to be a big problem because they're going to fuck us, the American people.
Mean? On the price?
The taxes?
Yeah. Oh, the taxes are already awful.
This plant is worth nothing.
Yeah.
The problem with this is that they use pesticides, they use all sorts of chemicals. It's really unhealthy. We need the American spirit of ganja. We need a healthy ganja. We need like a Native American guy in a big pipe.
They got that. They got organic weed. I mean, come on.
But can I trust this, Mike? Or is it just a bunch of slop?
That's a very good point. Is you got to trust the qualifying agency, and that is tough because you don't know anything about them. So how do we know which one is the good one? That is very true. That is a common hippie thing to know which organic thing is right, which organic is the real organic.
I can get a beautiful bottle of Jack Daniels, you know, and be healthy.
Nice and pure. It's good quality, always consistent.
SoCo.
Oh my God. Ugh,
Tequila.
I feel like I can taste SoCo throw up when you mention that.
Silver Patron. This is all the good. This is the you're barfer. You're kind of a puker. You're kind of a puker when you get drunk, huh?
Yeah, I don't really like alcohol. I think I'm allergic.
You enjoy a nice vomit. You drink to excess occasionally.
Yes, that's true. Maybe once every 5 years. I can't remember the last time I had alcohol, to be honest.
Really?
Maybe at New Year's, maybe last New Year's, maybe. But outside of that, no, I can't think.
We need some special weed shit. Okay, we need like weed, healthy weed.
Yeah, they'll come out with something like that, you know.
You just popped a Zyn. Why don't we have the Zyn for THC?
I'm sure they will. What about a weed taxi? It's like an automatic taxi, but you can just smoke weed in it. Like these robo taxis. That would be cool because you're not driving, right? So whatever. On a weed tour.
Like taxi driver?
Yeah.
Martin, you're like, you ever see what a purple blunt could do to a woman's pussy? that you should see. You know who lives up there?
Weed plant lives up there.
Weed plant. He's like, whoa, this guy's fucked up, dude. Oh man. I mean, Mel Brooks is 98. He should be making where's his Taxi Driver parody? Come on.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Apparently, when he made Dracula Dead and Loving It, he did not think Leslie Nielsen was funny. And he said, whoever said you were funny was retarded or something.
That's harsh.
That movie does stink.
But Leslie Nielsen is funny. You cannot deny that.
Well, not according to Mel Brooks.
Well, that's just me. Why you got to say that? Why would you say that to him,
He likes mean humor. Comedians are mean, they're always like, I'm funnier than you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's very cutthroat.
He's roasting him. Shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe, who apparently has sunk the entire presidential election. That's not
roast of the century.
That's funny because, like, for most people, that's the first time they ever heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard his name, but I'm not familiar with his comedy.
It's on a lot of podcasts.
I'm sure he's on Legion of Skanks or something. Real ass podcast.
I've seen him in LA perform at the Comedy Store.
Was he funny?
I mean, his whole thing is like, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm on a rocket ship to fame. I'm so cool. I'm going to be very successful. He's into that bro sneaker comedy. Got to have his like Nike Air Jordans, skinny jeans, leather jacket, drives fancy car. That's how they are in LA. Like at the Comedy Store, there's like half the comedians are like that, and the other half are so broke you don't even know how they pay for rent.
Is Tony Hinchcliffe white?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't watch the clips. I'm gonna watch his clips.
I mean, he has his podcast, Kill Tony, that is huge. And it's about open micers come on stage, they do their bits, and then more established comedians make fun of them. And it's fine. I mean, like, it's not that mean, but there was an episode with Ric Flair where he got very upset and he was like, I don't think this is funny. I don't think you should be insulting these young performers. And they're like, it's okay. I'm like, it's okay. I'm a comedian. It's fine.
I did not hear that. Was that a bit by Ric Flair or
no?
scripted?
He was really upset.
That's awesome. I have to hear that.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So what do we learn? What's the lesson of high anxiety, huh?
That's a good question. I mean, comedies don't really have lessons.
Don't go to a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean,
they will
can't.
take.
You can't. Where are you going to go?
Can they keep you against your will?
Some of these states have those laws, right, where you commit someone if you think. But I wonder where they take them. Some government like the jail asylum. I mean, there's not like private psychiatric hospitals anymore, right? I don't know.
Private?
I mean, the one I went to when I was younger, I think was private, but I don't really know. I actually don't know. I should find out.
I mean, it was a bigger thing. I knew a guy in my neighborhood when I was a kid, or like my parents knew him, and they said like, yeah, he disappeared and his wife didn't know where he was. And then after a few days, it turned out he was in a psychiatric hospital. He had a nervous breakdown.
Jeez.
What's up with that?
Did he get out?
Yeah.
All right. I guess he got better. That's good. Did Shutter Island take any inspiration from this movie?
I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of like a Hitchcock story.
All right.
I give this movie 3 stars. It's funny. You watch it. You watch it. You laugh at the jokes. It's over. It's completely ridiculous and silly. I wish it looked better. I wish it had better style. Because that's the thing. In the 70s, you had Brian De Palma making he's basically making Hitchcock movies, but cooler. Movies like Carrie. They look good. They sound good. They're way bloodier. They're way more violent. Dress to Kill, Body Double, Obsession. Obsession I don't like, but
But
I like his movies.
You're comparing murder movies to a comedy.
I'm just saying Hitchcock style. The thing about Hitchcock is I like the style, and I don't like the
Okay,
style of
I
High
gotcha.
Anxiety. I wish it wasn't so fucking bright, man. I mean, like, we need shadows. This bright. This is what they do in comedies. They overlight them, and it looks like ass. Young
I have
Frankenstein.
no idea what you're talking about, so I would give this movie a 3.5. I'm gonna get
Young
I feel generous
Frankenstein.
today.
Young Frankenstein looks good. That's all I'm saying.
All
Has
right.
a little style. All right. Next week we're doing Dead Man.
That's a good lesson learned. The lesson learned is watch Young Frankenstein.
Blazing Saddles.
Tin Men.
Tin Men.
Recommendation of the week.
Yeah. So, Patriarchy was good. It was fun, but it's over, I guess.
Could you repeat what the movie we're doing next week is? I didn't hear you.
Dead Man. Jim
Dead Man.
Jarmusch.
That's a Western, right?
Johnny Depp. We should have special guest.
Dead Man. Dead Man.
It's a very trippy, cool, dark movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I recognize the little poster for it, but I don't think I've seen it.
Crispin Glover's in one scene that I think you'll like.
All right.
Early on.
All right.
There's some cool actors in it.
Yeah, Robert Mitchum. I like Robert Mitchum.
He's cool in the movie. It's about like a fancy lad. Johnny Depp.
Is he like an assassin or something?
It's kind of like Cabin Boy. He's like a banker or like a little bitch. He comes out to the Wild West, and it's like a surreal existential nightmare. It's like really fucked up.
That sounds cool.
He's uncomfortable the whole time. He has Western anxiety.
High noon anxiety.
Harpoon.
Harpoon.
But yeah, it was fun. The patriarchy. We had a good run. Women taking over. They're responsible. You guys, you blew it. You did
Who
a
could we
Holocaust.
run? Who could the Democrats run as a man?
You did a Holocaust. You did slavery.
Danny Glover.
Wars. Killing. Just being horny. Just getting your dick sucked in the Oval Office. Bill Clinton. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, George W. Bush, 2 wars.
So Kamala, you don't think she gets her pussy eaten out by somebody?
In the Oval Office?
You think she will?
Come here. Like a fat little white guy. Kind of like the male Monica. Just a chubby little guy. Like a Kevin Meaney type.
Ugh.
You got some nice lips. Come here.
Both of top and bottom.
Sticks a cigar in his butt. What if her nudes leak?
There's already plenty of AI ones, right? It's good enough.
Yeah, that's true. So she's in charge of our wars, huh? Our military attacks. This late, a woman? Oh, Jesus Christ!
She's gonna start drafting women.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on. Were we so bad? Ladies, okay, we forced abortions, or we forced births on rape victims in like half the country. You just take a train, get in an airplane, go book a ticket, travel. Come on.
Just put the baby up for adoption. And I am totally joking. I do not mean that, but they could.
Yeah, we're joking. We're being sarcastic. Now, this Clarence Thomas guy, I mean, is he going to die soon? We need to get him in the celebrity death pool. I mean, this guy.
How old is he?
He's in his 70s.
Oh, he's fine. they live a luxurious, easy life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he does. Well, you don't think so?
No,
You
I'm
don't think he's
laughing. Of course he does. It's
Yeah,
fucking
so he's gonna live a
awful.
long. He's gonna live a long time.
76 years young.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter. I mean, when you're in that state, what is in there driving him to stay alive? That is some wild shit. You know, just in a
He
you're in a
voted.
you're in a corpse, basically.
He's in a swing state, Mike. He has to vote. He's in Georgia.
That's impressive. No, his tenacity cannot be denied. I mean, he built houses for like 60 years for Habitats for Humanity. He was too nice. He was too nice of a president. That was what happened to him.
He never fired a shot.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He also gave a speech on TV where he said, we need to stop being such consumers. And we need to like enlighten ourselves.
Yeah.
It's funny, like Reagan is a California Republican, and it's funny that like the California Republicans had so much power for so long, and now they're just completely eviscerated. They went too hard on illegal immigration in the 90s.
Specifically Californians?
Yes, the California Republican Party went too hard on illegal immigration, and they've been in tatters ever since. And so that was the game plan in Texas. Like, oh, we can get the Latinos to vote Democrat, but it hasn't worked out that way because they hate illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say it because that is in ways racist, but yeah, the ones that are, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's totally the case.
So,
I mean, I don't want to give you examples, but like where I work now, it used to be that I would work with a lot of Mexican people, right? Now, at my current jobs, the Mexicans are in like supervisor roles, and the workers are all Colombian. And yes, they constantly complain that the Colombians are lazy and da 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 da. It's totally not true, but it is what you're talking about, where the established immigrants complain about the new immigrants.
and that's the beauty of America. You can come here and then you can become racist.
Yeah.
No matter what your race is, you can come here and we'll treat you like shit. We'll like attack you, kill you, jail you. But then your kids, they get to attack and jail and kill the next generation.
But they get to go to college. So they'll be good.
They can go to college if they're girls, and then if they're guys, they can get a truck and a pair of Oakleys, and they can,
they'll work on an oil rig.
They'll do coke and crank for like the first 7 years of their 20s, and then they'll get like a really good blue collar job where they make like $250,000, and then they can then become political. It's the story of America. It's beautiful. It's it works. Other
American
countries, you should try it. My recommendation for all the countries in Europe, all of our European listeners, you should invent a way to extract oil from dirt the way America has. That really has worked out for us. We're the number one oil producer on the planet. It's great.
They're on a little fucking island. There's no oil there. They already know. They know where everything is. They know everything. Maybe in the ocean, but I don't know.
Whoops.
It's almost more impressive the influence that the UK has, it being so small that they still can influence. I mean, I guess England used to rule the whole goddamn world.
Not just the UK, like it's England.
Yeah. It's impressive. I understand their empire used to be everywhere, but it's still cool.
Tea. They went to India and they just took all the tea.
China, opium.
Mm-hmm. They got a whole country addicted to opium. It became their slaves. Not bad.
Little did they know that the U.S. was going to have oil.
I just want to say, like, England, no matter who's president, we're coming for your ass. We're invading and we're taking you. We're burning down Piccadilly Circus or whatever the fuck you have out there.
I mean, I don't. This is not racist, but they got their own immigrant problem over there, don't they?
Well, the Packies.
Yeah.
The Muzzies are coming. They took
Yeah,
the
all
Muzzy.
that. Isn't that happening?
We had a Taylor Swift concert and they cut up our children. We got to Brexit.
Yeah.
And why do they have migrants in Europe, huh? Did some sort of American president start multiple wars and destabilize the entire region 20 years ago? Perhaps.
Oops.
Whoops. But England, you made those stupid countries and the stupid borders back in the day. Palestine just gave
Taught
it
them all
away.
English. Everyone speaks English.
So fuck you, Europe. You're done. America is coming back. We're taking over.
We're number one.
Number one with a bullet. Later.
Later, man.